You're listening to the Midwest Motorsports Cool Down Lap, the only podcast covering all 3 series in the league. Buckle up, because the Cool Down Lap starts now.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Cool Down Lap presented by Midwest Motorsports. We're here live on the 11th of August. James and I are here tonight. We're joined here with a special guest, Trevor McLaughlin, driver in the he drive part-time in the Truck Series, correct? And over in the Cup Series full-time.
Broadcast for the Truck Series now.
Yes, broadcast. But you did do a race recently, which I commend you for, where you were broadcasting and driving. So, again, commend you for that.
Thank you. That was fun.
So tonight we're going to get in some real life racing and kind of touch on what we thought was some interesting things over the weekend or the last week. And then we'll hop into trucks and the Cup Series, since the Road Series is still in their off-season shenanigans. So we'll break down all that action now. James, before we get started with you, man, how was your week?
Oh, it's great, man. A lot of fun. Still hot down here in the ATL, so tried to limit my outside time to mornings and evenings. But yeah, it's all good. A lot of good racing on TV, so that gave me an excuse to stop sweating, come in, grab a cold one, catch up on some racing. How about you guys?
Okay, Trevor.
Yeah, not much going on other than good old racing here. I find myself practicing more and more throughout the week, and that takes up most of my time.
Yeah. Same. I basically was playing dad all weekend, so I didn't get to do any racing, but it was a great weekend. Hot here in Ohio. Not by Georgia standards, but the humidity was just a killer. So got to hang out in the house, go swimming last night, and start a new week. And with that, James, I'm going to hand it to you and let you do your This Week in Motorsports, man.
Well, I love road racing of any type, of course, and I just don't know what's so special about Shane Van Gisbergen. You know, I don't know what it's going to take to beat him. Ryan Blaney put an excellent lap on qualifying to beat him, but what's it going to take? I mean, he's human, right? He puts his pants on one leg at a time, just like me and you. What's so freaking special about SVG, Trevor?
I don't know. It's really impressive. I find myself rooting for him each time we go to a road course. He's not my favorite driver, but every time we're at a road course, I'm like, I just want to see him win again, keep this streak alive.
Now, do you guys think it's got anything to do with that heel toe he does when he's shifting? I think Junior talked about it, saying that using the heel toe, even with that sequential shifter, he's able to kind of save the rear tires on the car just a little bit more than everybody else who isn't heel toeing it and rev matching.
I heard Junior say that too, but then I was also reading on Reddit today that SVG doesn't think that is what's actually making the difference. So there's got to be something else that he just knows better than these other guys.
I mean,
What
in
do
all
you?
fairness, I would definitely try and smoke screen that if that's what it was. It definitely is not that, guys. Don't worry about it.
Well, Denny Hamlin said he
Uh,
was trying some sort of new driving style this weekend, and he did terribly. So if he was trying to replicate SVG, he didn't do a good job.
well, I think anybody that does road racing often knows that engine braking is a thing. Different settings for your differential, different locking, under braking. Well, I mean, Jake brakes what a Jake brake is, right, Ant? So engine braking does play a part in it, and you can only do that if it's in gear. So, um, uh, does it save tires? Is it faster? I don't know. I think he just really knows how to make the car carry speed through the
Yeah,
corners with the minimal inputs.
you have to think of how many years he's been racing in V8 supercars, driving similar style car only on these style of tracks for what 10 plus years. So if you take every other driver in the cup field and say they've only driven on road courses the entire cup schedule for 10 plus years, I think that they would all be on his level as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's a really good point. That's really what they specialize in. They don't do any ovals in V8 supercars, right? It's all street courses.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
road
So
natural road courses and street circuits.
yeah.
But the big one from the Glen for me was Saturday in the Victory Circle. And you want to talk about that?
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see any of the Xfinity race, and it probably wouldn't help because DirecTV out my way, it like broadcasts in 4 something. So the pixelation's terrible. You can't even read it. So um but checking the socials after the race, everybody, hopefully Connor's doing okay, this, that, this, and you're like, well, guy won the race. What the heck could have happened? You actually see the footage. If you haven't seen the footage, it's all over the internet now. Getting out, stepping on the window net to stand up and celebrate, slips. And it looks like his ankle gets caught in the window as he's trying to catch himself, and down he goes. Uh, doesn't look like he gets his hands up to kind of protect himself, and his fall ends up hitting his head. Come to find out, it's not a head injury, but in fact, the guy breaks his collarbone. So it'll be interesting to see how this kind of plays out, how long he's going to be out. I was trying to think of the last driver that would have broke a collarbone, and for some reason, Denny Hamlin came to mind, but I can't remember if it was a collarbone or not that he broke.
I feel
But
like maybe Eric Almirola broke one a few years ago. Uh, I don't remember. I was just surprised that it wasn't his ankle that snapped by the way it was wedged in there.
yeah, Jason Huffman credited that being young and having those stretchy tendons and such. So I don't know. He's lucky, everybody's lucky. That's the worst that came out of it. Uh, he's winning races left and right. Now he's got I don't know how long he's going to be sitting out with a broken collarbone. Could be a few weeks at least. And he's already sat out once earlier this season with Talladega whenever he hurt his back after that accident. So interested in seeing whether NASCAR just takes that one provision and uses as a blanket if he has to apply for a second medical waiver, which I mean, you'd give it to him. Again, it's a waiver, but I'm just interested in seeing how they apply this medical waiver, whether it's you applied once so it's covered throughout, or you got to apply for each instance.
Probably have to apply again, but I think there's 4 more weeks until the Xfinity playoffs start. So hopefully he's healed up by then and doesn't cost himself a shot at the championship.
Yeah, and he's or Xfinity's off this week down in Richmond. I believe it's just trucks and it's Cup. So he has an off week here, so it isn't
Yeah.
as bad. And he's carrying what, 4 wins? I think 4
Maybe a
wins.
6 or 7.
Holy moly. Yeah, well, he's carrying a lot of wins into the championship or the playoffs, so he should have a little bit of a buffer there if he if he has to miss a couple races. So hopefully everything works out for the best for him. He can get healed, get back to it, because he's turning a lot of heads with how he's winning in the Xfinity series. I was
Yeah,
going to
he's
say
at 6
racing.
wins this season.
Yeah, I was going to say racing, but I believe he also kind of rubbed Shane Van Gisbergen wrong in the Watkins Glen race. So he's still got some moves he's figuring out as a young driver, but he's definitely putting the wins in place.
Yeah, and probably going to be in Cup next year, so that'll be fun to see.
Yeah, I think the going rate is in the 99 car, I believe. So we'll see if that actually
Yep.
comes to fruition. Uh,
I think we're all
Ja-
mostly just glad that he's okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
of
it could have been a
course.
lot worse.
Yeah, could have been way worse. James, you got anything you want to add to that Watkins Glen Xfinity race?
No, not really. Good for Connor Zilic. I, I love Watkins Glen. Keep it on the track, keep it on the course, keep it on the schedule. I don't think it's going anywhere. Fans turned out. It was fun. How about you, Trevor? You got any real life racing that you watched this weekend, or smoke signals a little far apart make it hard to get HD out there too in Canada?
Very funny. I watched the end of the truck race. Christopher Bell was leading, but there's just so many cautions that I don't know how many green white checkers they had, but he eventually had to pit for fuel, and I think Corey Heim ended up winning. And then just the cup race on Sunday.
So, what was this 17-minute red flag I heard about? Or maybe it was a 17-car pileup or something? Did you? I don't know any of the details, so I'm glad you brought up the truck race.
I don't know. I I only tuned
You missed
in
it too? Okay.
towards the end. I must have missed that one, and then when the cautions kept coming out, I'm like, all right, I'm bored, and I turned it off.
Yeah.
Oh, so they had
Um,
did they have a red flag in the Xfinity Series 2 for an accident?
I didn't watch that race at all.
I
I was
believe it was
hoping
Austin
we didn't
Hill.
know. Oh,
Yeah, Austin Hill came up and
shocker.
Yeah, I know
yeah,
people were
ended up
mad
catching
about
somebody.
something he did. I saw them going
Yeah.
off in the real racing chat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't get a good chance to really break it down again. I would have had to actually be at the race to actually see it better than what my TV was putting out. But uh, I don't know. You would think he's a racer, so he's going to race. He's going to run his race. But you would think you'd kind of be, I don't know. In my mind, you'd kind of be on eggshells just a little bit more coming off of a suspension for aggressive driving. But
You would think
that's just
so,
my
but
thoughts.
it's Austin Hill, so
Yeah.
And you're
Yeah, a
right.
guy can punch his way out on anything, I guess.
Jim and I just helped me out. A red flag was displayed in the NASCAR Xfinity Series race at Watkins Glen Saturday the 10th. Following a multi-car crash, the incident, which involved 16 cars, was triggered by a collision between Austin Hill and Michael McDowell. Red flag was implemented to allow for track cleanup and barrier repairs.
oh yeah, I see it. Just watching a clip now, it looks like everybody kind of piled up out of the carousel.
I,
Well,
long race.
yeah, it's well, I don't think anything's going to come of it. But again, at some point, he has to take a step back and kind of think, well, if I really want the respect of some of these higher drivers, I don't think he really cares what the Xfinity drivers thinks. Again, he can basically punch his way out of anything because he's 6'5",
Big country.
200 pounds.
Yep.
Yeah. But if he's actually looking to progress his career, he has to take an honest step back and look at his driving and think, well, I should probably be doing just a little bit more give and not as much take in some of these scenarios. Because if you go up to the Cup Series, eh, they said it with Ross Chastain. Sure, you're going to win some races, but they aren't going to let you win a championship driving, aggressive like the way you are. Carson Hocevar is going to see it too.
Yeah.
Like if you're up there and you're constantly, I wouldn't say constantly, but you're causing more issues than you are good between yourself and the drivers. Like eh, that you're going to win some races, sure, but you ain't going to win that championship. The driver's going to make sure of it. Speaking of Hocevar, did you guys happen to see the little clip of Brad Keselowski like running down pit road to talk to him about Hocevar impeding Keselowski's qualifying lap because Hocevar felt that Keselowski impeded his lap?
Yeah, I saw that on the pre-race. I hadn't heard anything about it before. I wish there was a better angle because you can't really see what actually happened
Yeah.
or anything at all. So I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall for that conversation.
Yeah. I was hoping that Brad did a couple stretches on the way back into pit road just to make sure he could run.
Yeah,
So
I
very
think Brett can
Clint Boyer
handle
at
himself.
Phoenix. Yeah,
Yeah.
so we'll Trevor, if you're all right with it, we'll go ahead and move into the truck series coverage.
yeah, let's go.
All right. So the trucks were out at Richmond over the weekend. I did get to listen to this race as I was driving Friday night into Saturday morning. Great job by the both of you two calling that one. I know Dustin has a tendency to take these races and kind of run away with them, which kind of happened, but you guys were able to still put on a fun broadcast with all that going on. So I'll let you two break into that one. Let's go ahead and get into the rundown on Richmond.
Yeah, it was actually a really fun race to watch, even though it's pretty much dominated by one driver, like you said. There's a lot of action, a lot of people getting loose off of turn 2 specifically, and yeah, kept us entertained for the hour and a half or so that it went on.
Yeah.
No surprise to me was Ian Silva on the pole. I'm not sure how many times that is this season he's been on the pole, but we can try to find out right quick. But
He's only at 2 this season. He's been slacking.
really, huh,
Yeah, I think it
good
was
for him.
like 8 or 9 last season, but only 2 so far.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah, so Ian Silva took the pole, but quickly relinquished the lead to Mike Samia on lap 3, and Samia was able to pull away for a while, looking like he might have had the best truck, and I think it took Dustin 20 or 30 laps or so to chase him back down, and then Dustin kind of drove away with the lead from that point. Minus all the spins that the 48 of our in-race supporter Nick Aslin had in between.
I was
That
telling
was fun.
James, I felt so bad for Nick, getting on. He's like, oh, yeah, we have our in race reporter, Nick. And then it was, I believe he was one of the first cautions involved, and he was in a spin with the 15. I don't know how that worked. I think Eric might have got into him or something, but he was in that spin, and it's like, all right, guys, well, we got that out of the way. And then it was the next caution. I believe it was him spinning too. I'm like, oh man, this is rough.
Yeah, so lap 10, 48 spun, causing a caution, and then again on lap 57, 48 spun. It took I think 4 other trucks with him.
It was all Trevor's fault. Broadcaster
Yeah, sure.
first.
I'll take
Just
the blame
kidding.
for that one. But yeah, that first one is right after we finished talking to him. That first first lap after going back green, he was sideways. Although I guess it was technically Eric's fault there.
That's racing. That's what happens sometimes. I mean, it's like Denny says, that's short track racing.
So it looked like the strategy on Dustin's part was to kind of hang back, let these guys go out there and kind of burn their stuff up, reel them in, and then kind of run away because he has the faster pace over the longer run of things. I was kind of interested when Dylan Fox took the lead. It wasn't like Dustin just let him get away initially. I don't know if he was kind of goading, I would say, Dylan into kind of burning his stuff up by just kind of hanging with him, or
Yeah,
if Dustin was actually trying to race him. Do you have any thoughts on that, Trevor?
I think it was a little bit of both. I mean, Dustin told us that he sort of had the best truck on the mid run and that other guys were faster at the end. And he thought, or other guys were faster at the beginning, and he thought Ian Silva was faster at the end of the run. But as opposed to when we saw Mike Samia drive away, I just don't think that Dylan Fox had as much pace as the 10 did, because it wasn't just Dustin. You saw, I think, 4 or 5 trucks all lined up behind him. And it was only 15 laps before Dustin got back around.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen it. It in Dustin. Again, beginning. I think he was more so trying to save his stuff, and then middle being fast. And Ian Silva. I remember hearing Dustin say it in his post race interview that Ian seemed to have like a good long run stint where he could kind of start to reel Dustin in as the race started to go on past that middle part. So it's a shame for Ian. The guy's still out there searching for a win. He's getting close. I'm sure it's going to happen soon. But
Yeah,
it
it's
wasn't
crazy to
this
think with
week.
how fast he is and always starting up front pretty much that he hasn't been able to pull off more wins. But yeah, I do think on the longer runs we saw, I think it was before that first green flag pit stop, uh, Dustin had, I think, just over a 2 second lead, like a 2.2 or 2.3 second lead. And as soon as Ian got in second place, he cut it down to about a second and a half before, I forget if it was before they pit or before the next caution came out. So definitely faster once they had 30 to 40 laps on their tires.
Yeah, and what were the I guess the pit windows for the trucks? Do either of you two know?
It was about 54 laps on fuel. So it was really, uh, did they only pit under green once? I don't remember.
I think it was just once.
Yeah, because the last caution uh, was when Nick Aslin spun on lap 57. So that was with like 80 laps to go in the race.
Yeah.
The
But
green flag run after that.
yeah. Yeah, it was the last pit stop, I believe, was a green flag pit stop for everybody.
Yeah, so there's a little bit different strategy for that pit stop, which made it pretty interesting. But in the end, the outcome didn't change.
For sure. Yeah, so Dustin ended up running away with that one, as you guys can see on the screen there. You got the winner photo there. You guys ready to move on to the results?
Yeah, sure.
Did
I
we
just
want to
want to
talk
say,
about the incident between the 10 and the 90?
We can if you guys want to. It's I'll leave that choice up to you two.
yeah, I mean,
Do you want to move
I
on?
don't think we've heard the last of it yet. You know, it was it was not long after a caution, right? So maybe 10
Yeah.
laps, 15 laps after a caution,
Yeah, it looks like
they came out.
lap 51. Samia was running in second place. So the 90 was, I believe, one lap down. And I guess Samia thought that maybe the 90 had lifted to let him by, but they were still side by side. And Samia just moved up the track and put them both in the wall there. So two different, trains of thought. Samia thinking that he sort of deserves the right of way, and 90 saying that, he has the right to hold his line, hold his speed, and he's trying to chase down another lap car in front of him. So
Yeah.
I,
I think I talked to James prior to the podcast about basically the same thing. You being the faster car, you're responsible for passing the lapped vehicle. We all run spotters. The spotter's going to tell you clear, not clear. Like again, faster car, you should be able to clear them without needing that guy to give you that corner. James, you're about to make a point. Go ahead.
in agreement with you, very similar to what you did. I think the 90 went high, especially the corner before, and the corner gave him the bottom each time. So now the 90 is kind of pinned against the wall, right? So the one that has the most amount of track to leave space, if there's ever going to leave space, is the guy that's on the inside, because the guy on the outside has a truck on the inside and the wall on the outside. The guy on the inside has all the way down to the apron onto the inside wall to leave room to get by him. So that's why I think it's always the overtaking car's responsibility to pass clean. Always, every time, no matter what the guy gives them. Once there's some overlap, then you're supposed to hold your line, and the overtaking car has the responsibility to pass clean. So I don't know what more than 90 could have done without Ross Chastaining it around the safety barrier. I mean, even, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the
I think
incident,
the 10 thought he was clear, and he wasn't. He kind of cleared himself.
right? It was
I like Michael
100%
Stamia a
his
lot.
fault, but
I like Michael. I disagree with his comments in the chat. I think there's a better place for them than in the chat, or even in a direct message. But everybody knows we get heated right after the race. At the same time, we're all here for the same reason. We're not getting NASCAR contracts like 2311's not going to call up Bennett or Dustin. He won the Midwest Motorsports Truck Championship. So why are we here? Let's make it fun for everybody. That's my main principle. That's why I broadcast. That's what I think the league is supposed to be about. And I think it was just a one-off incident with no intent. It just happens.
yeah, just some fireworks, some fist thrown on pit road after the race. Just thought we should bring it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody can move on from that one and head on out to Pocono, and
Yeah.
let the racing happen on the track.
Yeah, there's a lot more room. There's enough room for 6 trucks to go wide in the corners there. So
Yeah, I
hopefully
hope we
nobody
see
tries
that.
to clear themselves at Pocono.
Yep. Well, I went ahead through the race results up, guys, on the screen so everybody can see kind of the top 10 for Richmond. I don't think there's really much that stood out there, I would say. And Dustin.
Michael Harris had a really good run. He was in the top 5, I feel like, for a good portion of the night. Competitive speed with most of the other leaders. So just shout out to him.
Yeah, good job, Michael. James, got any comments on Richmond before we close the chapter on the trucks?
No, I'm excited. I mean, Dustin's got a pretty decent lead, but I mean, anything can happen. Don't count out Nicholas Aslan in the 48. I think he had a great comeback after getting in 2 wrecks to not use his fast repair on one of those and not take enough damage to need um, a long time in the pits, and then to work his way back. I thought Nick Aslan did a great job to get back up to 3rd.
Yeah, especially considering how hard it was to pass. Like we saw the 10 after his incident, he dropped back to, just outside the top 10 and was never able to make his way back up. So Nick spinning twice and still finishing 3rd. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. I do have the points up on the screen now for the truck series. Nick being in 2nd place was a talking point you guys did hit on the broadcast. Only 23 points back from Dustin. I mean, in all honesty, that entire top 6 is pretty much in striking distance of Mike.
We don't know if Dustin's going to be at every race. So if he misses one, there's 5 guys that are going to be really close for this championship.
Yeah. Yeah. Mike Scamilla being 36 points back from Dustin. I'd say from 6th place up is basically, within striking distance of Dustin. If he does miss a race or if he has a bad race, which he doesn't normally have very many of, we could see a lead change there. So there's some excitement coming into the last 3 races here, 4 races. So
yeah, 3 to go.
all right. Well, trucks are out at Pocono on Friday night, guys. Broadcast should be going live around 9:40 55. I think you guys usually
Yes,
start
yeah,
going. So
that's right.
come in, watch, hang out, comment in the YouTube. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe to that if you haven't already. It just helps get more eyes on the league, more runners, more competitors, and overall just makes the league better. So uh, just remember to like, share, and subscribe. So we'll go ahead, close the book on the truck series, and move on to the Cup out at Richmond. And it just so happens that the race winner is with us here tonight, Mr. McLaughlin. Congrats on your first Cup Series win in the league out at Richmond.
Thank
Always
you.
excited for that. Yeah,
My name is spelled wrong on the little graphic
yeah.
there, but it's all right. It's hard to spell.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. We're gonna have to pull out the shillelagh for the the
yes, we are.
social media admin.
I can't wait for that. That's gonna be the most fun part of my week.
So it's only fitting that you ran the Hot Wheels scheme with all of the flames on it and everything, and you were still able to pull out the win there with a fast car. So before we go hopping into the race breakdown, did anything kind of feel different tonight, man? Anything at all in the race?
No, except that it just seemed that everything went my way. Like the car itself, I didn't feel like I was particularly fast. I was surprised that I was even running up front. And then some of the other faster guys, like I feel like the 64, the 17, and the 81 were my biggest competition, and I'm pretty sure all three of them spun at some point. So that kind of helped me out, along with the good time caution while I was on pit road that handed me back the lead. So uh, yeah, I was just waiting for a caution to come out at the end of the race because I was like, this is too good to be true.
Yeah.
You you had some heat on you too, though. Um, that was a lot of fun calling it. First of all, Trevor, and I guess I'm not sure exactly how trading paint works, but I remember your car being blue.
Yeah, I
Change the paint,
changed it.
update the paint before you got the picture.
I changed it like an hour before. I forgot that um, Aaron does the screenshots for these as well. So I think I just changed it, and then I saw him throw this up on Instagram. I was like, oh crap. So yeah, it was a blue car. I switched it to my Talladega scheme already, but
Oh,
still a
spoiler.
winner.
Preview. All right, I like it. I like them both. Um,
now, now,
so
do
the
you
ghost is
feel that?
gone.
Yeah, I was just about to ask. Do you feel that maybe dropping the Ghost? Well, did you run the Ghost last night at the Richmond race?
No. So
So do you feel switching off the Ghost may have gave you a little bit of extra aerodynamics or something?
yeah, apparently because the 3 races I've done so far without it, I've finished top 3. So something's working. Nick Aslin messaged me afterwards saying that the Ghost sponsor reps have got to be killing themselves right now.
Oh, right? Yeah,
All right. Well, James, I'll let you take it away, buddy.
that's funny. Well, there's unfortunately, I mean, I don't want to say unfortunately. I'm a little surprised that there were only 12 cars for the um, race. I know it's Sunday evening, into the season. There's some fall off. Um, in my mind, that doesn't take away at all from Trevor's win because um, Ty Williams was there, Sean Cunningham, um, lots of really fast cars were there and putting up a fight all night long. Jason Huffman, um, we see you on the chat, Jason. Thanks for joining us. Jason had a great run, but every lap and seemed like somebody was side by side and fighting for position, and it took, like we said on the trucks, 3 or 4 laps to actually get clear. So I thought there was a lot of really good racing.
Yeah,
Is there
it
any one
like
specific battle you had that stuck out, Trevor?
mainly between me and Brandon Thayer in the 64. There was twice that I think both green flag pit stops, he came out with the lead afterwards, and I had to run him back down. And we had, I think, maybe a 4 or 5 lap battle each time side by side there. So that was probably the most fun part for me.
Are you guys sometimes on comms, or I know you're a Platinum Elite buddies. How much communication do you have on while you're racing?
Yeah, pretty much the whole race. That race, because it was just me and him, we actually joined the CCR Motorsports team with Sean and Ty. So it was the four of us working together
Okay.
on strategy, and kind of worked out for all four in the end. I can't believe that I was the one that came out on top there.
Well, that surprises me even more because I don't know if you've heard the replay or watched the replay afterwards. You don't have to say you do if you did, if it's okay. But I did think that there was a couple of restarts where the 71 and the 81 took off like exactly the right time and got by you. And you went from starting on the front row to like all of a sudden like fourth or something. Crazy.
Yeah, so I was included. I think it was Ty that had the lead for those, and he was counting down to when he was going to go. And it's just hard, I think, being on the outside and only having one monitor. I couldn't really see where he was at, whereas Sean was right behind him and probably has more practice as well with doing those, buddied up restarts. So yeah, just need some practice with that.
Well, and if you beat him to the line, you'd be in trouble too. I don't
Yeah,
know if you
that
could
too.
come back from a drive-through around Richmond.
Yeah, probably not.
So good on you. But yeah, that was cool. That was fun. Um, and then, Trevor, first of all, you've been racing with the Midwest Motorsports for a long time, trucks and cup, consistent, almost all. I mean, I don't think you've got any driver strikes. Or always, just have the right frame of mind to be in this fun league. You get mad when you lose because it sucks when you've put a lot of effort in getting it right and something doesn't go right. But I think everybody in the league is pretty happy to see you in victory lane, man. You've been a long time coming. It's fun to see a new winner. So again, congratulations from everybody who that sent you stuff. I'm sure. Have you gotten some DMs or any other love from the community?
Yeah, quite a few nice words, which was it's a good feeling. I mean, I've always said like I'm a consistent third to eighth place driver, and this season I really wanted to try and change that. So I've been putting in a lot more practice. I do like a full length AI race the Saturday before every race just to try and give myself a better feel for the track. So I feel I feel like it's working, and it's nice to finally win one of these races. I was a little bit emotional when it all ended, just because I've been trying so hard for 3 seasons, 2 years in this league now. So I'm glad I can finally get one.
Yeah, you know what that feels like, don't you, Ant?
Yeah. Yeah. It is a great feeling. And that's why whenever I asked him if anything felt different, he kind of said, oh, it wasn't really the car that felt different. Just felt like everything kind of went my way. It kind of made me think back to my first win and kind of getting that same feeling. So putting in the time, putting in the work and stuff, and to see it actually start to pay off, it's a good feeling. And again, echo it. It couldn't have happened to a better driver. I know Trevor usually messages me after a race where I pull off something where I don't even think I should be getting in the top three, and he'll usually say good race. So it's good to see you finally get your win. Very good to see it.
Yeah, there's been a couple races this year where I felt like, oh, like if I didn't get that speeding penalty or if that caution didn't come out, I feel like I would have won. So it always seemed like I was making a mistake or luck just wasn't going my way. So uh yeah, it's nice. And maybe Talladega will have a little bit of luck too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Before we
Oh,
go to
real quick.
Talladega, though, go ahead, Ant.
No, I just wanted to say it's you guys putting the work in, Trevor, with your added practice. It isn't just you we're seeing that out of though with the improved finishes. Sean Cunningham, kind of took the league by storm this year or this season with I think he's leading in the wins or was maybe tied
Yeah.
last we talked, but you guys, he's practicing more and we're seeing it. You guys, him. We know Ty practices a lot and he's constantly a front runner. Dustin, even though he golfs all the time, like I'm sure he's practicing. Like practice helps. Put in the time, you'll see the results. And this is just one of those moments we're seeing with you. It's paying off. So good job putting the work in. And I'm glad that you're getting to see the results out of it.
Yeah, Sean's been putting in a lot of practice as well. We usually compare notes midweek and just see, you know, what each other's feeling as far as driving line, tire wear, things like that. So he's helped me out a lot this season. We had a practice with Mike Samia on Tuesday just because I had no idea how to drive this track beforehand. So I got some help from those two, and it really helped come Sunday, I think.
Yep.
Well, towards the end of the race, I believe Brandon was in second, Brandon Thayer, the 64, and he had Ty Williams on his butt, right? I mean, right
Yeah.
behind him, for probably the whole last run. Well, let me rewind just a little bit before I even get to that, because everybody came in. The magic number I think was like 45 or 50 laps. If you could fuel save 50, you really, if you're going to try to turn fast laps, it was 45. And so I just thought that the number of laps and the fuel tank size was a little bit more of a coincidence. I've noticed that as a pattern all season. So whoever came up with the rules, good job on the number of laps and the fuel calculation, making it just difficult enough to have to be good at math or do an AI race or two ahead of time. But when you guys came out with the final pit stop, the 45 was right behind you as well. 43 or 45? I think it was
Yeah, the
45
45
lead.
was a lap down right behind me for the entire last run. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's the dry cleaning bill going to be on your driver suit?
I mean, it wasn't too bad. Like he, after, I don't know, 10 laps, and I could tell like he's not trying to pass me. I don't think like he's just riding behind me. I think he was in the lucky dog position, so maybe trying to learn whatever driving line I was doing. It was more of a concern with the other ones right behind them, with the 64 and the 81, because I'm on the radio with them and I hear Ty slowly reeling Brandon in, and he's like kind of egging him on, like, oh, I'm gonna get to you, and I'm like, okay guys, if you get to each other, just don't wreck each other, because I do not want to caution right now.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
But
awesome.
yeah,
Well, you
it was
joining us
fun.
tonight really brings even more insight to the broadcast and to the race itself and to the league. So I'm really glad that you were able to hit us up on the podcast tonight. I hope you'll come back and talk about the truck series some more. Maybe talk about another Cup Series win. I know you're a big NASCAR fan. I see you on Real Racing Chat chatting with us in real time, so live. So, um, congratulations on your win. I'm glad Lee didn't take you out. I'm glad that Brandon and Ty didn't cause a caution. You did not want to restart, because I don't think anybody would have taken it easy on you. And you possibly
No.
could have held your own too, having control of the start. But
Yeah, I think it would have been tough against Ty. Ty was definitely faster at the end. I think after pit stops, he was 4 seconds back, and then by the end of the race, he was only 1 second back. So he was catching me. If there was, I don't know, 10 to 15 more laps, he probably would have got there. So yeah, again, thanks to the admin for not making the race longer.
it was awesome.
There was you brought up a funny moment there. I seen in the chat. You two were, I can't remember who exactly it was. Lee Winters, I think it was, maybe, was talking to you about riding on your bumper a little bit towards the end of the race.
Yeah, that's what James was mentioning in the 45. So there's just one time. Well, first off, when he came off pit road, he got sideways and almost up into the wall right in front of me. And so I was like, oh, please do not spin out right now. Please just keep it together. And he did. And then riding behind me, there was just once where he drove it in really deep and it looked like he was going to hit me. But thankfully, I guess he knows the limits of his car and kept it off my bumper.
Yeah, did that kind of come up in the back of your mind? So we're talking about luck tonight, having things go against you in a way in previous races. Did that kind of come up just as a thought, I'm going to get turned?
Well, that, and then I could see up in front of me as well. It looked like Eric Thaler and Norm Snyder were also racing side by side for a number of laps towards the end of the race, and I was just hoping that they didn't get into each other either. It's just every little thing on the track. I'm like, keep it together, people, keep it together.
I know that feeling, man. I know it all too well. But again, glad we could have you on, especially after your first win. So, first Cup Series win. So, congrats, man. Again.
Yeah, anytime. If you guys ever don't have another guest for the podcast, hit me up.
James, you ready to move on to the race results, or do you have more you want to talk about?
Yeah.
With? All right.
No, the racing was great. Thanks to everybody for showing up, tuning in. Let's get more for next week. Super Speedway racing.
Oh yeah, the Cup Series is out at Dega, so ought to be a fun race.
Norm said it's his best chance of getting a win. So we'll see who pushes Norm to the win. Talladega.
I've
I
tried
see
that
ya.
before, and I wrecked us both in the truck. So
Yeah.
I don't know if he
Yeah.
wants me doing that.
I remember.
I feel like the super speedways are like my worst chance to get a win because I'm not aggressive enough to just, I don't know, kind of put my car in that right place. Like I don't mind pushing somebody. I just don't want to be that guy out front trying to lay the block 2-3 wide, however wide we're going to get, and cause an issue. I'd rather just push somebody to the win.
Aren't you the one that beat JT by like an inch last season, or was it
No,
the other way
JT
around?
beat me by
Okay.
It was a tie.
Yeah, it was a tie.
0.000.
iRacing gave it to him.
Oh,
But
of
if
course.
JT's out front, yeah, that guy I'm gonna pass and block. But anybody else, I don't know. I race y'all a little bit different than when I race JT. The race results are up on the screen, guys. Trevor Mack with the win. Congrats, man. Ty Williams bringing home second. The guy's always consistent. Brandon Thayer there in third. Huffman bringing home a top 5. Congrats, buddy. I heard you were lurking around the YouTube chat, so Lee Winters there in 6th, Dylan Fox 7th, Eric bringing home 9th, Norm's back there in 10th. So just a quick run through there on a few of the guys. Corbin Fleckenstein with a 5th. Good job, man. Sean Cunningham with an 8th. We'll see how that translated over to the points. So it looks like Ty's got a 15-point gap to Justin, 17 back to you, Trevor, in 3rd. Sean, 19 points back, 4th, and Brandon Thayer, we'll round out top 5 there. Brandon Thayer, 28 points back. So much like the Truck Series, top 5. If Ty kind of stumbles a little bit, we're looking at a 5-man race there. So we'll see how Dega turns out because, I mean, it's basically a wild card, you could say.
Yeah, I think if Ty gets wrecked at Talladega, we all got a shot. But if he's able to pull off another top 5 there, he's probably got smooth sailing the rest of the way.
Oh, and Sean
Yeah.
Cunningham lost a lot of points this past race. So I think you can lose, 10 points pretty quickly, even if 15 cars show up, so.
Yeah, and it helped too. I mean, so many people having incident points. And so I had a 0x fastest lap, led the most laps. So that's the reason I'm in 3rd right now, is just all those extra bonus points you can get throughout the race. So I think if, me or Sean or JT or someone's able to keep that up and score all those extra points you can get, there's a shot. But with the smaller car fields, it's hard to make up 15 to 20 points.
That is for sure. Reminds me, I need to sign up. So we're at 11 people for Talladega, guys. So if you can, go ahead, hop in there, and we'll try and get these numbers up.
Yeah, the more the merrier. Let's see if we can get 20.
Exactly. And we want a clean race too. So I know I'm asking for a lot at Talladega in a clean race, but
Can happen.
it could very well. Just want to kind of go over. It looks like Jason felt like practicing. Felt like he's being called out when we were talking about practicing. So
Get on it, Jason.
thanks. Yeah, thanks, Jason, for listening in, commenting in the chat. Again, guys, Cup Series going out to Dega on Sunday. The broadcast should be going live about 7:25 p.m. Eastern time. So do your own conversions on whatever time zone you're in, and make sure you guys are tuning in on that one. You guys can go back, watch any of the prior races in the recorded versions. They air instantly after we end the broadcast. Live's a little bit better. You can comment with James real time about things you're seeing in the race. You just want to talk to him. Go ahead, go into the YouTube chat. He's pretty good about giving you call outs in the race stream. So aside from that, make sure you guys are liking, sharing, subscribing. If you haven't already, I'm pretty sure all of our league members are already subscribed, but hit that like button on anything you guys are watching, a little thumbs up underneath the video. And again, just promotes the league more and gets more eyes on it so we can get more drivers. With that, I don't think I have anything I need to cover, guys. Is there anything I might have missed, Trevor? You got anything league related?
No, I'm good.
James, yourself?
Man, I'm excited about season 10 Road Series. The Radical and the M2s are going to be crazy. So tell your friends to come get in some Road Series action. Midwest-motorsports.com, where you can sign up, look at the rules. There's people practicing tomorrow night, people practicing, putting up practice all throughout the week on the Road Series chatter. The schedule is out, so check out the Road Series schedule. I think it's starting off at Road America again, which is great. Everybody's familiar with Road America. Then Watkins Glen, Brands Hatch, and Sebring are the first 4 races. Mixed class, Radical SR10s, high downforce, super fast for we call them pros, but we know they're just have a little bit more experience. And the AMs are definitely not AMs. They're maybe a little newer, but the M2 doesn't cost anything. So the barrier to entry is pretty cheap. Definitely want to promote the Road Series numbers. We're going to broadcast it. Adam's awesome on cameras. We're going to have guests. It's going to be a lot of fun. So Midwest-motorsports.com, sign up for the Road Series Season 10. You won't be sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm excited to see Zach Alexander switch over from AM to Pro and see how he does against those guys. It'll be fun to watch.
Yeah.
For sure. Be on the lookout. Next week, next week we're going to have a regular broadcast. We're going to do something special with the Road Series guys. So the Road Series Championship episode, we're going to do something special with them. It'll air at a later date, so that's not coming next week, but it will be coming out in the near future. So stay tuned for that. We'll release an announcement on it when it's dropping, so y'all can get in there, kind of listen, and have some fun with that. So that's all I got. We'll go ahead and call the podcast on that. Everybody have a great week. Be safe in whatever you're doing. Have fun racing. And we'll catch you guys back here next Monday.
Thanks again, everybody. Thanks, Trevor. Congratulations once
thank you.
again.
Thanks.
Don't forget to stay in your lane.
and I approve of this message.